We are here. We are live for the first time, prime time of this NFL season. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers going on the road to play the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, the Steelers on the road are actually wearing their home jerseys tonight, which is something that I didn't know till now. Because the Bengals are wearing their all whites, which are pretty nice. Those are pretty clean. Honestly, those are probably the best all whites in the NFL. I know it's a trend. The Vikings have them, the Packers, quite a few teams have them now. Or you know what? The Bills are pretty cool. Okay, although they're winless with those jerseys on, they're pretty cool though. What's good, Andrew? All right, we're just ready to start this game. You got the icy hot bowl, as it's being called, because you got Joe Flacco going up against Aaron Rodgers, two of the oldest quarterbacks in the league, going head-to-head on prime time. That's pretty cool how the Bengals have their midfield logo as black and white as well. And the kickoff is underway, and it's a whiteout game for Cincinnati. All right, on the return, he gets it to the 30 and a little bit of change after. So the Steelers will get it at around the 31, 32-yard line to start off the game. I got the game right beside me. I got the game right here on my phone. Because since the game's not on YouTube, I have to watch it separately since the game's on Prime here. But yeah, I still got it on my phone. Got the lead runner at second with one out in the seventh. All right, Steelers in shotgun on the first play of the game. Seems like they have two tight ends out there. Rodgers is going to look to Jalen Warren right away. He's able to bounce off a tackle. He's able to get away from a defender and not much going, although that was a pretty exciting 3-4 yard gain for the Steelers there. And they're going to go no huddle right away. Looks like they're going to be in shotgun once again with Warren to Rodgers' right once again. Almost the same formation as the first play. See what they decided to do here on 2nd and 6. Rodgers still trying to make sure the line knows what they're doing. Gets a snap. He's going to throw a screen pass to Pat Freiermuth, who's going to be able to get 5 yards. There is a flag on the play. Oh, it's false start on the offense. Okay. Not how you want to start the game. That's going to bring the ball back 5 yards. They had 3 tight ends. Said they had all 3 tight ends out there. Okay, they're playing DK deep right now, or far off. So let's see if he looks that way. Rodgers searching and just throws it to the ground. I guess the intended receiver was Warren. That was the only guy remotely close to that throw, but it was a blown up play. You see like a sprinkle of yellow here and there, but the majority of that stadium is just a complete white, which is pretty cool. That's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Steelers. Is that DK Metcalf lined up as a running back? Okay, no, he's set to the right side now. Rodgers all alone. He drops back. Has some time. He's going to throw a deep ball to Metcalf, and it's going to be caught for the first down. That's the first down of the game, and it's to Rodgers to Metcalf on that play. Straight floater. Let's see this replay. Good throw. Put it right in the basket. All right, challenging those corners early. Steelers are now already on the Bengals side of the field at their 31. See, it's a pitch play to Jalen Warren. He's going to go to the inside, and he gets about 6 on that one. He was first looking to the inside, then went back into the I'm sorry, looking to the outside, then went back to the inside. Kind of the quality runs you want. Okay, you got Roman Wilson in the huddle. Steelers are on the market for a wide receiver, which is interesting. They did trade a wide receiver in the offseason, which I find interesting as well. Now that they're on the market for a receiver, going to Washington in motion of the toss play to Jalen Warren, who's going to burst through the hole and get a first down. So he's now in the red zone at around the 15-yard line. Okay, this is one of those games where just win. Okay, it's a weird Thursday nighter. Division matchup on the road. It's gonna be tough, man. I don't think it's gonna be an easy game, whether the Steelers win or lose. I just get out there with the W. Get out of there with the W, whether it's ugly or clean. Connor Hayward in motion. Another toss play to Jalen Warren, and he's gonna get tackled at the 10. One thing I noticed a lot with this Steeler offense, when they run the ball, it's a lot of pitch plays. Even pitches like right in the middle of the field, which is kind of odd. You don't really see that too much. Usually they just hand the ball off in those situations. Okay, let's see if Trinan can get out of this 7th. I'm trying to pay attention to both games here. Steelers bring a heavy set out there. Fakes the handoff. Rodgers rolls. He's going to throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Out of the hands of Connor Hayward. That was a good play, though. Dang, he just went right through that secondary. There was really nobody on him through that zone defense. And he was open. All right, now 3rd and 6 from the 10. So far, this drive has been 7 plays, 59 yards. Rodgers looks, has time, now scrambles, still looking for something. Now he's scrambling the other way, trying to look for an open receiver. Has a lot of time. Throws an end zone touchdown. Jonnu Smith. That's how we start the game. And now I see those terrible towels waving. All right. 2 third down conversions on that drive. Majority of the Steeler touchdowns are through tight end catches. That took a long time to develop. All right, Blake Trinan gets out of that inning too. Okay. Chris Boswell on the extra point with some good grass. And it is good. Steelers up 7-0 with 10:51 left in the first quarter. Good drive. And I got to put the scoreboard up. What am I doing? All right, let's do this. Great first drive. Okay. Let's do that. All right, see, on the road, so typically I don't necessarily like when the Steelers get the ball first. However, on the road in enemy territory, sometimes it's beneficial because you could set the tone for the rest of the game. Oh, the Steelers have some interesting stuff going on. They could possibly be trading either. I'm sorry, they could trade for a receiver. There's a few names being thrown out there. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to do with the wide receiver spot. I don't know. I don't think they wind up getting a high-end wide receiver. I know A.J. Brown's name is being thrown out there. Why would the Eagles trade away A.J. Brown? I mean, I understand things aren't necessarily rainbows and sunshine with the Eagles, I guess. but they're in a Super Bowl window. They're not going to trade away their best player. I'm sorry, their best wide receiver when they have this window to win a Super Bowl and to win now. They're not going to do that. So I don't think the Steelers are going to get A.J. Brown. And if they do get A.J. Brown, they're going to have to give up a lot just to get A.J. Brown. That's not going to happen. Okay. However, there's also other things going around, speculation, saying that the Steelers might trade Pat Freiermuth away. I'm not necessarily for it. The thing is, they don't use Freiermuth. Okay, they use him like a 3. They utilize Jonnu Smith and Darnell Washington way more than they utilize Pat Freiermuth. I mean, maybe they might think about trading him. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we got the trade deadline coming up in a few weeks. I'm not exactly sure when the trade deadline is, but it's usually like week 11, week 12, something like that. Hopefully things work out. All right, Dodgers, Brewers 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Chris Boswell on the kickoff, and it looks like to be returnable at the 2. He's taking up the field with a lot of space, and he's down at around the 28-yard line, and that's where the Bengals are going to take their first drive. And Joe Flacco, his second career start as a Cincinnati Bengal, his first start as a Bengal. Okay, I have to put a lot on there. His first start as a Bengal at I forgot their stadium. What the name of the stadium is. But he's played here many times. He's very familiar with this stadium. Although it's the first time him wearing a Bengal jersey. He's in shotgun, so he's going to bring pressure right away. It's going to be a handoff play. And he gets about 2 yards with the forward progress. So there was speculation that the Bengals wound up giving Derek Carr a call. I don't know exactly when, but that was a speculation, which is actually kind of interesting. He had a little stint with the Saints, and he wasn't doing too bad. Wasn't he really retired? Didn't he only retire because of an injury? So like that, Steelers bring a lot of pressure. Oh, no, they drop back. Pressure does come, though, and he is sacked by Benton. All right. Good start. Bring the pressure. Bring the pressure. That's a struggling Bengals offensive line, so you got to do that. They showed way more pressure than they actually brought, though. That was only a 4-man pressure, a 4-man rush. They had 3 guys on Patrick Queen. Now that brings up a 3rd and 14 for the Bengals. Steelers bring 4 once again. He has time to throw it. Middle of the field, caught by T. Higgins. And he's going to be down at the 40 after some pushing and shoving. And if he could have that type of time to throw to those receivers, I mean, the Bengals have weapons offensively. But since Joe Burrow's been out, I mean, it's been hard to get it to those receivers. From the 41, delay handoff up the middle, and he's going to get down at the 45, tackled by Deshaun Elliott. All right, 3-2 to Andy Baez. Oh, that was outside. Baez got called for strike 3. That was outside. That should have been ball 4. Damn. Brewers going to make a pitching change. You got Roman Wilson out there covering a running back that's being used as a receiver, and he's going to go to throw it incomplete. Gosh, I had a brain fart right there. He threw it incomplete. He's looking for T. Higgins once again. Now, I haven't really seen it or paid attention. Who is covering Jamar Chase? Is it Ramsey or is it JPJ? Or are they kind of all turning off? Okay, so you got Porter on Higgins on this play, so it's probably Ramsey that's on Jamar Chase. All right, they're playing one-on-one. Pressure comes, and he's going to get it off, but he's going to be short of the first down. All right, Steelers get a stop. He's tackled by Thornhill, quite a few yards away from the first down marker. Flacco looks like he wants to stay out there, but they're going to bring the punting unit out. That was the best shot he had. He had to get it out quick. All right, so far, so good for the Steelers. All right, punt is off and away. Let's see where this lands. It lands out at the 16-yard line, and it's returnable. And it's going to be a bit of a short return. Wow, a little bit of scuffling going on over there, but he's going to be down at around the 25-yard line. Okay. Not terrible field position, I guess. Can't ask for a better start there. Let's see what percent is my phone at right now. And the Dodgers are always in these low-scoring games in this postseason. I know one of the runs that they got in this game was off of an error. it's just, I don't know, man. It's been a weird postseason for the Dodgers, but yet they're winning. They only lost one game so far. Now, Ohtani swings and misses on the first pitch of the at-bat. Still the game's on commercial. That's why I'm doing this Dodger game right now. 0-1 pitch, bottom of the seventh. 2 outs. Low and outside. Damn, do the Dodgers have a chance at sweeping these guys? I thought it was going to be a very competitive series, especially with the way the Brewers swept the Dodgers this season. Twice. They swept them twice. Dodgers were 0-6 against the Brewers. Then again, in baseball, whatever happens in the regular season doesn't matter. That's how unpredictable baseball is, man. That's why it's so fun to watch the postseason and stuff, because you never really know what could happen. Ohtani swings and misses on a 2-1 pitch. Oh, you got a hit today, though. 1 for 3. All right, let's see the 2-2. Oh, good pitch. Got him swinging. All right, Dodgers are 8 outs away from getting a 3-0 lead over the Brewers. We're going to put Anthony Banda out there in the top of the 8th to set up for Roki Sasaki. That's in Cincinnati. That looked pretty cool. I don't know what that was, but that looked pretty cool. They got a Bob's Big Boy statue out there, which those burgers are bomb. All right, 1st and 10 for the Steelers at the 26, at their own 26. You got 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a little toss play to Jaylen Warren, who turns it up, gets the first down, breaks the tackle, and is finally down. All right, that's a Steelers first down. This team's driving. This team's moving the ball these first 2 drives. I know that was just one play, but still. So it's giving a similar look here. It's going to be a quick pass to DK Metcalf, and it's going to be a solid gain of about 6, an easy 6 yards for the Steelers. That was nothing crazy, but it was definitely efficient. How is a laser of a throw, man? Yeah. So far they're looking good. 2nd and 4 for the Steelers. Jalen Warren in the backfield. One receiver on each side. That's Metcalf and that's Roman Wilson. Scotty Miller. Handoff play. Oh, it's going to be a flea flicker. Rodgers showing off the mobility, trying to get it out. And it's incomplete. That was a short pass for a flea flicker. Yeah, there was something off right there. I don't think everybody was on the same page. Usually when you see a flea flicker, they throw it way down the field. That's not the case, or that wasn't the case on that play. All right, so after that weird play, we got 3rd and 4. Warren moving around in the backfield. They get the playoff just in time. Rodgers is going to throw a deep ball to Jonnu Smith. Incomplete. Overthrew him. And, man, that was... Yeah. The Steelers were able to get a first down, but kind of hit a wall after that. Something just wasn't clicking. I don't know. Yeah, that wasn't enough contact for a penalty, though. And it wasn't going to be catchable anyway, so there was a little bit of contact, but there was no need for a flag. Our Waitman on the punt. Looks like it's going to be a sky. It scraped the sky, and that's going to be called for a fair catch at the 17. Aaron Rodgers was yelling at somebody. I don't know who exactly he was yelling at, but he was yelling at somebody. All right, Dodgers get their first out of the top of the 8th. Ed Sheehan's warming up in the bullpen? Huh, that's interesting. Even though Robert said that Sasaki was their closer for the postseason. I mean, I know he struggled last game. Roki did, but I don't know. I didn't really like the approach that they were giving him because they say that the Brewers don't swing a lot or don't chase a lot, and they were trying to make the approach was trying to make them chase, which they weren't biting. All right, they get the second out of the inning. Pop up to Teo. I actually kind of thought about going to the Dodger game today. Okay, there's Roki. Yeah, I thought about going to the Dodger game today, but the Steelers played at the same time. I can't, you know. Oh, man, it's funny. When I used to work on Sundays, because I would work like the entire, or not the entire day, but from 12 in the afternoon to 9. Was it 12:30? Oh, it was 12:30 to 9. And the games typically started at 10 o'clock. So if they were showing it on TV, I would record it and watch it later. And I would make sure that nobody told me about the game. That's what I would have had to done here if I would have gone to the game. 1-2 from Banda. And it's going to be a slider outside, way outside. Banda so far only 9 pitches in this inning. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Struck out Yelich. Damn, they have completely shut down the Brewers offense in this series so far. Just completely. I got Nick Herbig in there. Let's see how many they bring. They bring 4. Quick pass to Jamar Chase, who's able to get a block. and is able to spin and get tackled by Deshaun Elliott for a gain of about 9. Hey, either Nick Herbig or Alex Highsmith, you can't go wrong either or. And they play the same position, man. So that's kind of a tough situation there. 2nd and 2, Joe Flacco changes the play at the line in shotgun. He's going to look though. So the sideline is going to be incomplete, looking for Jamar Chase. There was a little bit of contact, and they're going to throw the flag. That's going to be pass interference on Joey Porter Jr. All right, let's see this replay. All right. Nah, there was some contact there. Sawyer in there. Flacco play action. Look for Jamar Chase once again, and it's incomplete. That was through his hands. That just went right past him. I don't think he was necessarily ready for the throw. Oh, that. Yeah, timing was a little bit off there. 2nd and 10. Tight end in motion. It's going to be a run play inside for Ford. And Elliott really tried to strip the ball out, but it's going to be getting about 4. Will Howard on the sideline in the same group as Aaron Rodgers. That's something that you want to see. Will Howard was drafted by the Steelers in the 5th round of this year's draft. Third and medium. Flacco scrambling, throws it to the tight end, complete for the first down. Cincinnati to Fant. That was easy middle of the field. That was a little bit of a delay, huh? All right, now they're in Pittsburgh territory. Play action, pressure, and he's able to get it to his running back who couldn't catch it. He couldn't hang on. Oh, that's a tough break because he had a lot of space if he was able to catch that. He would have, at the bare minimum, got the first down. I'm talking bare minimum right there. All he had to do was catch the ball. He was too focused on running after the catch before he made the catch. Another run play for a medium gain. That one was to Ford. Now they're going to bring around 3rd and manageable. And at this area of the field, if they get it 4th and short, you could probably expect them to go for it. Fat in motion. Flacco trying to get a hard count. Steelers not budging. Now they do, although Steelers defense is pointing at the Bengals line, and it looks like it's going to be false start. Bringing that back. That was on Mims. Three Steelers just went right through the line as soon as 71 moved. All right, now that really changes things for the Bengals. It's going to be 3rd and 11 from midfield. It's just going to be an easy pass, and it's going to be incomplete. No, he wasn't able to hang on to the ball. Cincinnati has been struggling to hang on to the ball so far. That's another incomplete pass, and that's going to lead to another Bengals punt. Good coverage, though, by Joey Porter Jr. for hitting it out. Mookie was able to get on. All right, punts off. Let's see where it's going to land. It's a fair catch. Oh, no, there's contact. That's going to be a flag, and that's going to push the Steelers up 15 yards. It was a fair catch at the 11, but there was contact by Jones or Jules. Ooh, that almost hit Freddie. All right. So we're going to get it at around their 26. I mean, okay. All right. There was contact, but that wasn't like a hit. It was more like an accidental bump in. But contact's contact. And you have to sell it a little bit in that situation. All right, Dodgers got a runner on with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 count. Freddie Freeman at the plate. Got a lefty on lefty going on right here. Dodgers looking for an insurance run. That's what we call strike 2 looking. I mean, if the Dodgers get one more run, I think that's a good enough cushion. I would like to think. The 2-2 is swung on and chopped to second. Gets him out at second, but does not make a throw to first. All right, now Tommy Edwin's going to come to the plate. 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Our first pitch is low for ball 1. This guy has 20 pitches in this inning. Edmonds swung on and missed for strike 1. I will say baseball games are a lot quicker with this pitch count and stuff. Because not too long ago, I mean, some of these postseason games would be like 4 hours long. Edmund fouls one off. And I remember when MLB playoff games would go well past 3 hours. Because of the intensity and stuff, you know, and pitching changes, stuff like that, it made the game go so much longer than it typically would in the regular season. All right, now Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield with Aaron Rodgers. You got 2 receivers to Aaron's left, and it's going to be a screen pass to Roman Wilson, who gets tackled at the 30. Got a little bit of a block, a little bit of a lane. All right, the 1-2 to Edmund is going to be called strike 3. Yep, that was strike 3. 2nd and 6 for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers has time. rolls right, looking, searching, able to avoid a defender, throws it caught, complete Jonnu Smith for a first down. And you got Roki Sasaki coming in to close out the show for the Dodgers in game 3 of the NLCS. First down for the Steelers after that completion. Why does Rogers' helmet look more shiny compared to everybody else's helmet? I mean, I know he has a different helmet technically, but that's right. Or it's probably just the lighting. Toss play to Kenneth Gainwell, who runs straight up and is able to get the first down, get past the defender. That was a strong run from Kenneth Gainwell. No hesitation, no nothing, just straight running. I mean, he was going so fast, even the contact, he was able to get through him and get the first down. He was still able to tackle him. Play clock running down. They get the playoff just in time. It's going to be a toss play to Kenneth Gainwell once again. Tries to look for something, stumbles, and is down about half a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Just a little bit too bunched right there. That's just unfair to have Darnell Washington out there. 6'7", 300 pounds. Warren moving around. He's going to get the ball on a pass, and he's able to juke a defender and get about 7. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Steelers up 7-0 with the ball. All right, pretty good quarter, all in all. I mean, that second drive was going well. Then, I don't know, they just had some sort of miscommunication, and that the rest of the drive just stalled after that. I don't know. It happens. I mean, you can't score every drive. All right, Roki Sasaki in to close out the 9th. Hopefully they have a different approach this time. It's going to be inside, ball 1 on a fastball. Another fastball outside. That's going to bring 2-0, a 2-0 count to Vaughn. Dodgers switch up the outfield as they typically do in the 9th. A 2-0 pitch from Sasaki is going to be another fastball strike at 100 miles an hour. 3 pitches, 3 fastballs. Let's see if he goes off speed here. Oh, chopper on a fastball. Miggy roll. Oh, nice play. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Mookie. Damn, that's going to be out number 1. With the jumping throw on a 1-hop to Freddie Freeman. All right, it's going to be fouled away. Yeah, that was a tough play, man, that Mookie was able to make. All right, the 0-1 from Sasaki is going to be a splitter outside for ball 1. I mean, Smith couldn't even catch that one. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2. Another four-seam fastball, 97 miles per hour. That's going to bring the count to 1-2. "56 consecutive regular season game with 7 or fewer points in the first quarter." So the Steelers haven't scored more than 7 points in 56 games in the first quarter? All right, third down for the Steelers. Handoff play, Jaylen Warren up the middle, and looks like he's going to get the first down. All right, pop up in the infield is going to be caught by Mookie Betts for the second out. Dodgers are 1 out away from closing out this game. I mean, this Steeler offense is playing their game right now. Now they have Kenneth Gainwell out there with Warren, and it's going to be a fake to Warren and toss to Gainwell for about 4. That's a good play to keep him guessing, man. All right, the 1-1 is called strike 2. He threw the splitter there. One-two from Sasaki. It's going to be swung on and missed, and the Dodgers take a 3-0 lead in the series. Aaron Rodgers looking, throws to Jonnu Smith for the first down. All right. Dodgers are 1 game away from going back to the World Series. And that is not how I expected that series to go. Or so far, it's not. I didn't think they were going to take 2 in Milwaukee. Whistles blow, and it's going to be timeout Cincinnati. Zach Taylor didn't like what was going on right there. For the most part, the Steelers seem very composed, man. Usually in these Thursday night games when the Steelers are on the road, because that's the big story here, Steelers haven't won a Thursday night football game on the road in I don't even know how long. Typically they start off kind of sluggish. However, in this game, they're looking pretty good to start off. Steelers 3 receiver set. 2 on the left. DK. It's going to be a quick pass to Scotty Miller, who's able to juke a defender and get 9 on that one. With this Arthur Smith offense, it seems like they just utilize everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a 4th string tight end, there's a chance you're going to get a touchdown. If you're a 5th string wide receiver, you're probably going to get at least a target or 2 in a game. All right, Steelers in shotgun on 2nd and 1. Not really my cup of tea here. And it's going to be a toss play to Jaylen Warren, who stumbles, but is able to get the first down and able to juke, run to the outside to the 10, into the end zone for a touchdown. But there's a flag on the play. We got to check the marker. As it stands right now with the Steeler touchdown. I feel like it's holding, though, and it was holding. Now they called it on Frazier. I knew it was too good to be true. Yeah, that was That was very much a hold. Well, that brings a touchdown away. Now it's going to be 2nd and 11. Gainwell just running around. Rodgers has time, has a lot of time. Now he's scrambling, looking for something. Pump fakes. Now he's going to show off the legs and slide. Aaron Rodgers showing off the mobility on that play. He's had a lot of time to throw on some of these plays, but just the coverage downfield has been pretty good. All right, now 35. They are in field goal range. Rodgers has it. Pressure comes, rolls out, scrambling, looking, throws, complete. That might be short of the first down. He was able to hit Kenneth Gainwell on the reception. Now it's going to bring 4th and very short. Let's see how much you trust your offense here. With the way things are flowing, I don't hate going for it here. Oh, they're going to put Darnell Washington in for the tush push, and he got it. He got it, but there's a flag. What's going on here? False start. Oh, not now. Now the refs are good at doing it. But I forgot what game it was. One of the Eagles players was clearly false start, and they didn't call it. But when the Steelers do it, the refs are on their A game for it. Not to say that was a false start. It definitely was. Rodgers doesn't even try on those plays. Okay, a 41-yarder for Chris Boswell from the left hash. It is up and it is good, and the Pittsburgh Steelers take a 10-0 lead with 10:26 left in the second quarter. That drive kind of stalled out due to penalties, but good drive. So far, the defense is looking solid. What the heck? Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves are in a movie together. All right, we got a couple good games this week. Let's see. This week in the NFL does bring some good matchups. One of them, weirdly, being the game in London, which I don't know how often we say that it's a good matchup in London, but this one definitely is. Rams and Jaguars. Both teams 4-2. I mean, I think for the Rams, you kind of expected them to be 4-2. Jaguars, not so much. Not so much. The Jags and the Colts came out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting them to even be remotely good this season. I think especially more the Colts because of the situation that they're in. Man, that's just crazy. Although Houston has been looking better. I know they're still behind in that division, but they have been looking better the last few weeks. And I wouldn't necessarily count them out yet for the division. Clearly, things still need to go their way, though. And so it looks like we might get Well, you know what? The ALCS is still kind of up for grabs after the Blue Jays won yesterday. I think if the Mariners win tonight, then that's gonna be a lot tougher to come back from. Although the Blue Jays do have home field advantage, so they take even if the Mariners have a 3-2 lead going into Toronto, that's going to be tough. Although they did win the first 2 games in Toronto, so it's a little bit of a crazy situation you got there. This kickoff is returned at the 4, and there's not much space. He's tackled before he gets to the 30-yard line. And there's been a lot going on with the Steelers grass or whatever they got going on over there. A lot of people don't want Pitt playing at Heinz Field anymore, which they do more than just college games there. To my understanding, now I'm not from Pittsburgh clearly, but they do a lot. They do like high school games to what I understand at Heinz Field too. They use that field a lot. Handoff play on the first drive, has plenty of blocks up front, gets the first down, and is tackled out of bounds at around the 50. Damn. Perfect blocks, man. And there was just nobody over there. As far as that stuff goes, I don't know where they go, man. I don't think the Steelers are going anywhere. If anything, it's going to have to be Pitt. Whistles blow again, and the Bengals have to burn another timeout. So they had to burn a timeout, one defensively and another one on offense. I don't know, man. If I'm a Bengal fan, I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far. Receivers haven't looked all that good so far. Joe Burrow just chilling on the sideline. Hopefully they could build a better O-line for Burrow. First down play to Brown, and he gets hit by Thornhill. Way behind the line of scrimmage. Or, sorry, by Clark, way behind the line of scrimmage. And he lost quite a few yards on that play. Nothing. That was a loss of 6 yards. on the passing play. Steelers bring 4. Flacco gets it off, and it is a short gain for the Bengals. Clark and Queen were in the area to make the tackle, and that's still going to be 3rd and long for the Bengals here. Chase and Higgins so far combined 3 receptions for 28 yards. If I did my math right. 3rd and 10. Flacco, middle of the field, easy grab for Jamar Chase for the first down. They were definitely playing zone. Because there was 2 guys in the area, but there was nobody on him. That was definitely a zone play. And this is really the first time the Bengals offense has gotten anything going. Now a quick pass to Jamar Chase. Oh, he's able to catch it after a whole lot of juggling. And he was after that, he was able to get some yardage. What's going on with the receivers, man? I mean, even though that was a catch, they've been dropping passes. They've been having a hard time gaining possession. It's weird to see. All right, 2nd and 3 for Cincinnati. Nick Herbert out there, and that's going to be a flag. So we false start on Cincinnati. Damn, this offense ain't looking good, man. They're hurting themselves right now. Which is fortunate for the Steelers defense. I mean, we kind of saw that last week too. I mean, the Browns offense on Sunday, oh my gosh, that was bad. 2nd and 8, run play for Ford, and it's an easy first down. I'm sorry, P. Ryan. Ford plays for the Browns. Another play where the Bengals were able to get some good blocks. Damn. All right, Bengals now in the red zone at the Steelers 19. Patrick Queen is going to rush. He gets it deflected at the line, but Higgins is able to catch it. Looks like they're struggling for it, though. But if I had to guess, I'm assuming that's a completed pass. Referee's talking it over. Okay, yeah, they called it a catch. Because Higgins caught it, then went to the ground, and that's when the fighting started to happen for the ball. Did the ball hit the ground and lose possession? Okay, the ball did hit the ground, but he had possession the whole time. Yeah, the ball didn't move. That's a catch. Seven plays, 60 yards so far for the Bengals. Handoff play to Brown, and he's going to be able to fight for the first down. Even with that false start, that hasn't hurt the Bengals in this drive, and they're moving well. And even the end zones are in black and white. Flacco fakes a handoff, throws it middle of the field. Jamar Chase for the touchdown. There was traffic. But, I mean, Jamar Chase was able to catch it, man. Wait a minute. I don't know if that's a catch, man. I don't know, man. Okay, I don't think that's a catch. Okay, so he's juggling it. He's still moving, getting possession. And then it pops out. And then it still moves. Oh. They called it an incomplete pass. Okay, so what messed him up, because it never hit the ground, I don't think. But what messed him up is him celebrating. Because he was juggling it the whole time. It never hit the ground. until he, I don't know. Never mind. He just dropped it. I thought in real time, it looked like he was just celebrating, and that's what made him drop it. But no, he did get hit when he caught the ball. All right, touchdown comes off the board. That's going to be second and goal for the Bengals. Timekeeper's trying to get the time clock in. Okay. Flacco just going to throw a floater to Chase, and that time it's caught, even with the contact. And they do throw a flag. Ramsey's saying that it should be on Chase. But no, they call it on Jalen Ramsey. That's who I thought it was on. So the touchdown stands. That's fair game. That's fair game. Now McPherson, extra point time. Taking their time. And the kick is right down the middle. So we got a 3-point game, 10-7. 4:38 left in this second quarter. That was a weird play, man, when he didn't catch the ball. What's your thoughts on Rodgers? As far as his gameplay, can't complain, man. He's actually looking pretty solid. He's definitely still got some left in the tank. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but he still definitely has something. So far, so good, man. Hopefully he's mentoring Will Howard, and if so, maybe the Steelers are in a good situation after this whole Rodgers thing. I'm not completely sold on the Steelers yet, though. You know, they haven't necessarily played a top team yet. I mean, they did play the Vikings. That's probably the best team that they've beaten so far, but not completely sold. Not completely sold. But after this week, it doesn't get easy. It does not get easy. They got the Packers on Sunday night after this, and then I believe they have the Colts, then the Chargers. All three of those teams, that's going to be a tough matchup for all three straight games. That's going to be some tough matchups, and I don't know exactly who they have after that. Might as well just look it up, right? See, I know for sure they have the Packers after this. Okay, they got the Packers at home on Sunday night, Colts at home, then the Chargers out at SoFi, which probably is another home game. I don't know. It is another home game just on the West Coast. Let's be honest here. No disrespect to the Charger fans out there. All right. I'll definitely be at that game too. Do need to draft a quarterback? Okay. See, I thought they were going to draft Jackson Dart. Okay, I really thought that's who they were going to go for in the first round. That didn't happen. Okay, so now seeing they could have had Scatterboo and Dart. They passed on both of them. Oh, you got Gainwell on the return, looking for some extra space, and he's tackled at the 30. I'm sure there's quite a few teams right now regretting not getting Scatterboo at the very least. That guy is, man, you want to talk about angry runs. Scatterboo. And I don't know how he went so far down in the draft. All right, that game that he had in the semifinals of in college, he was putting the team on his back. All right, Steelers first play from the 30. Got Darnell Washington lined up on the outside. All right, now he motions back in. Play action. Rodgers is going to go for a deep ball. DK Metcalf overshoots his man, and that's going to be intercepted. I don't know if he was touched or not, but he's running, and he has a lane. He has some space. Now he's cutting to the inside, and he's tackled at the 45. Now, they are going to check to see if he was down, but if not, the Bengals are going to have it in Steeler territory. I mean, that was double coverage right there. Regardless if he overthrew him or not, he got help from his safety. That was okay. That was a good play by the safety, though. Okay, let's see if he was touched. He's touched. Okay. Well, at the very least, the Bengals are going to get it not at the 45, not on the Steelers, not on the Steelers side of the field, at the very least. I know. It would have. And then Jackson Dart's playing well too. I mean, the Giants, if they could build pieces around them, they could be a force to be reckoned with, man. It's kind of crazy seeing two rookies make that much of an impact already on the same team. Okay, now they're reviewing if it was an interception. Especially since the Steelers were in a market potentially to get a running back in the draft. They did get a running back in the draft. You got Brown in the backfield. They give it to Brown. Middle of the field. He breaks the tackle, spins, still going past the 50. Breaks once again, and he is down inside the Steelers' 40. Damn. Brown is on pace to have a really good game. They haven't given Brown the ball that much, but with runs like that, you got to start giving it to him. 74 yards for 5 rushes. That is pass interference all the way. Come on, Ramsey. You're all over him. Man, what are you doing? That was the most obvious pass interference ever. So Flacco was looking for Jamar Chase, and Ramsey quite literally tackled him. Look at this. Look at this replay. All right, maybe he didn't tackle him, but that was clearly pass interference. Come on, Jalen. All right, so that's an automatic first down for the Bengals. Now at the 35. Handoff play, P. Ryan. Let's get tackled at the 29. Okay, I'm seeing a shift here, and I'm not liking it. Because at first it seemed like it was the Bengals that were out of sync. Now they look like they're hitting their stride. And at first it was seeming like the Steelers were firing on all cylinders. Now it seems like they're out of sync. I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now. 2nd and 4. Flacco drops back, throws it middle of the field. T. Higgins able to break a tackle and run right into the end zone for a touchdown. Three plays for 76 yards. That was an extremely fast drive. What happened, man? They were looking so good in the opening quarter, man. Extra point snap is good, and McPherson gets the extra point. So now we got a 4-point game, 14-10. Joe Flacco I mean, hey man, this icy hot game, they're going back and forth here. I don't know who was the first person to say the icy hot game. I think it was Cam Hayward. But that's sticking. That's what we're going for. Going back home to the World Series. They still got one more. Okay. If they don't close it out tomorrow, I think they close it out on Saturday. I don't see the Brewers winning 2 straight games at Dodger Stadium. Typically, that's a bit of a tough place to play in the playoffs. I don't know. Dodgers just now are starting to look like a dominant team, like we thought they were going to be throughout the regular season and everything like that. Because the Dodgers did not look dominant at all in the regular season. For a split second, it looked like they weren't even going to win their division. It looked like the Padres were going to win that division. Glad that didn't happen, but it was a struggle in the regular season. I mean, they started off great. They started off playing really good. And then injuries kind of came. They kind of hit a wall. But they were still able to play good baseball, to keep them in the race. That's all that really matters. And in baseball in particular, all you need is to make the playoffs, man. And you have a shot at winning the World Series. I mean, there's plenty of times where the last seed makes and wins the World Series. So MLB playoffs, for the most part, are typically unpredictable. I mean, last year we did get the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series. I think that's kind of what everybody was expecting, but that doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, that's true. They got hot at the right time. They got healthy literally a week before the playoffs, which is crazy because they weren't playing lights out when the season was ending. All right, Gainwell on the return, and he's tackled once again. Well, he might have got around the 31-yard line. All right, slow the game down. Let's try to have a long drive here, okay? Defense, those last 2 drives kind of struggling. Let's have a well-structured drive. All right, let's go. Come on. Positive thoughts here. Let's go. Rodgers in shotgun on first down from the 30. I thought he got to the 31, but oh well, not a very generous marker. Toss play, Jalen Warren fumbles the ball. I think he was down. Fumbled the ball, but I think he was down. Okay, they say he was down by contact. All right. I don't trying to scare me over there. I knew he was down. Let's see the replay. Still has the ball. Still has the ball. He's down. Elbow is down. Okay. All right. That was actually closer than I thought. Okay. So at a fumble, it's going to be a gain of 3. Rodgers going to throw to Warren once again. He's able to stiff arm a man and able to get the first down. And we hit the 2-minute warning. This game is flying by. Damn. Ah. They're showing Universal Orlando. I don't know, man. I'd rather go to Universal Orlando than to go to Disney World. That seems cooler. Because I've heard that Universal Orlando is a lot bigger than Universal Hollywood. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe they want to get more people to go to Orlando, I guess. That'd probably be my guess. Let's see. What time does the ALCS game start? I know the Blue Jays put it on the Mariners yesterday. So far, every road team has won. Blue Jays up 3-1 again, with 3 runs in the third. Is every road team gonna win in that series? Okay, look, I hope that game goes into 7. I hope that game goes 7 games, and the Mariners, whoever wins, the Mariners and the Blue Jays have like a record-breaking, I don't know, 20-inning game for Game 7. All right, for no particular reason. No particular reason. Absolutely none. But I think okay, I don't know the exact scenes of those teams, so more than likely that it'd be Dodgers to be on the road, I think, to start the World Series. All right, come on, let's take the lead before half. I like how it's a whiteout game for the Bengals and Burrow's wearing all black. You got Smith in motion. It's going to be a handoff play to Jalen Warren up the middle. And he's able to get past midfield. And Steelers are kind of taking their time here. Time isn't necessarily a factor since you're already on their side of the field. Especially with the way the Steelers defense has been looking the last 2 drives. I don't think they're going to be too much of a hurry. Another handoff play. Jalen Warren jukes right at the line. And it's going to be a short gain of about 2, which is going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Steelers. 2 run plays to start off after the 2-minute warning. All right, now they put Pat Fryermuth in there on this 3rd and 4. Rogers drops back, looks left, now throws middle of the field. Jalen Warren gets the first down. And now it seems like somebody took a timeout. All right, Pittsburgh takes their first timeout with 49 seconds left. If the Dodgers make it to the World Series, are you going to? I had my fun. I had my fun last year. I don't think I'm going to do it again. Nah. Last year, okay, there was more to it last year because it was a Dodger-Yankee World Series. I don't know. Not this year. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. If it ever happens again, maybe I might go. But nah. I did it last year. And it's going to be against either the Mariners or the Blue Jays. It's not really a rivalry there. Rogers on 1st and 10. Just dunks it off to Gainwell, who loses yards. And that's not a good play at all. I think the Steelers called their second timeout. Yes. I don't know what that was. I think my main focus now is to probably go to Pittsburgh next, That's probably my main focus to as far as traveling or whatnot. That's my next goal. All right, 2nd and 13 after whatever that was. Rogers going to throw to the sideline for Metcalf, and it is incomplete. Referees look very confused, though. Bengals corner did come up with it. Now they're talking it over. Let's see. Metcalf wasn't able to haul it in. And did he get 2 feet in? That could be an interception, actually. Okay. He has the ball there. Knee is down. That might be an interception, man. That looks like a pick. Yeah, that's an interception. Yeah, we went to game 2. Okay, weird thing about that, I was actually thinking about going to like a game 6 or a game 7 because I seriously thought that series was going to go 7 games. I really thought that series was going to go 7 games. Okay, I think they called it interception. Yep, intercepted. Rogers throws his second pick after Metcalf just couldn't hang on to it. Now he's doing a nice little celly in the end zone. Oh, man. The Steelers have to regroup. I don't know. They were looking so good. They were looking so good to start the game. Yeah, it was a contested ball. I mean, it is what it is. That is a really good interception, though. Really good interception. All right, so now the Bengals could actually add on to their lead. 40 seconds, a timeout to spare. Now Flacco's going to go sideline to Jamar Chase, and they're going to call it a catch. First down for Cincinnati. Oh, God, we just need to get this to halftime now. Wow. This game just needs to go to halftime. Yep, he's able to drag that left toe. All right, hey, if they get three, they get three, man. Just don't let them score a touchdown. God, they need this game to go into half so bad right now. It seemed pretty clear, didn't it? Now it's under review. I thought it was a catch. Okay, let's see if we can get a replay here. Okay, unless he didn't have possession of it. Looks like he has possession. Oh, that's a catch. I don't know exactly what they're reviewing. That's pretty simple to me, I think. I don't know. All right, you got the Blue Jays up 3-1 after the third inning of that game. I don't know, man. I think both those teams are going to be tough to play. I think the Dodgers are going to have their hands full whoever they play. Guerrero Jr. right now is just on another level. I don't know what the heck. He's just on a tear. That whole team's rallying. I know they lost those first two games, but they're looking good now. At Seattle, they probably have the MVP, the AL MVP on their team. And they have Julio Rodriguez. They have a good lineup, man. It was kind of weird not seeing the Astros in the playoffs, but times have changed. What's going on here? Damn. This week we got the Dolphins and the Browns. That's whew. Oh, that's gonna be a fun game. Now, in all seriousness, there actually is some good football this week. Incomplete. Okay, what did I not see? Oh, okay, he did bobble the ball. Okay, you couldn't see it with what they were giving us the first time around. But yeah, he did bobble the ball at the very end. Okay, I guess it was a good thing that they reviewed that. That was a big chunk play that didn't count. Now Flacco is going to throw it once again to Jamar Chase. This time he catches it, and it's going to be a first down for Cincinnati. Got 12. Now we got 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Bengals still do have their one timeout remaining. McPherson's career long's 59. All right, high snap. Has some time. He's going to go sideline once again. Jamar Chase once again. And he's going to make another good catch. Looks like it's going to be a little bit short of the first, though. That was good route running. That was a good route running. All right, 2nd and 1, 25 seconds left. They're around midfield. He's going to throw it middle of the field, and that is almost intercepted. Now there's a flag. Looks like it's going to be on Porter Jr. Let's see. Yep. Pass interference on JPJ. Okay, let's see it though. I didn't. Okay, you got a little bit of hold in there. Okay, all right. Let me see this again. Okay, he's grabbing onto the jersey. Okay. No, I don't. Okay, to be fair, that wasn't really a catchable ball to begin with. He threw it behind him anyways. Flacco has time, overshoots Jamar Chase, throws it out of bounds. If anything, Joey Porter grabbing his jersey might have actually helped him to catch the ball, to be able to catch the ball in that situation, because he threw it behind Higgins. Just saying. You got 16 seconds left. Let's see if they just run the ball. All right, they go a very short pass to their tight end, and that's going to bring a field goal. I don't know if they knew they had a timeout. That was weird. I don't know what that was. Okay, yeah, they called their timeout with 2 seconds left. Offense looked kind of confused out there. Okay, I'm glad that this is going into halftime right now. This second quarter was a disaster. All right, McPherson from 49 yards. He has the perfect angle at it. 2 seconds left. Snap looks good, and the kick is good. Nearly right down the middle. Nonetheless, the Bengals take a 17-10 lead at halftime. That was a bad second quarter. That was a really bad second quarter. All right, well, I guess it could have gone worse after all that. Steelers definitely need to regroup at this half. All right, but while we're at the half, let's look at some of the games we got. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Let's look at some of the games we have this week in the NFL. All right, so at 6:30 in the morning on Sunday, you got the Rams going to play the Jaguars. The Rams were actually practicing in Baltimore at Camden Yards. Yeah, Cincinnati gets the ball. Cincinnati gets the ball at halftime. That was terrible second quarter. After such a good first quarter, I don't know, man. The tide completely changed. But all right, we got the Rams and the Jaguars. Not really even sure where to go. Since it's in London, I think I favor the Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars, that's like their second home for some reason. They play there every single year. Yeah, give me Jacksonville in that game. However, If it was at SoFi or even in Jacksonville, maybe I'd favor the Rams a little bit more. But since it's in London, which is where the Jaguars play, their home, yeah, give me the Jags. Jags have complete home field advantage there. All right, then you got the Eagles and the Vikings. Very good game for a 10 o'clock one. It's in Minnesota. Damn, this is a tough game to pick. All right, so you got the Eagles 4-2, Vikings 3-2. I haven't been liking what I've been seeing from the Eagles these past 2 weeks. They're on a 2-game losing streak, on a skid. Minnesota, I believe, is coming off of a bye week. Damn, I want to favor the Vikings. I just think that the Eagles are going to. I'll take the Vikings. Screw it. I'll take the Vikings, man. I think it's going to be a very close and competitive game. But I do give the edge to the Vikings, especially after those last 2 weeks with the Eagles. I mean, they got blown out by the Giants, and then they lost to the Broncos at home. And it seems like there's a little bit of trouble going on over there in Philly. Then you got the Patriots and Titans. This is one of the easier ones to pick. Give me the Patriots in Tennessee. New England actually looking like a legit problem for the AFC. I know they had promise going into the season, but I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they've looked the past few weeks. Man, I don't know why it keeps freezing on me right now. Let's see. It's like the third time the screen is frozen on me. So yeah, give me the Patriots there. Do they win that division? I don't think that's crazy to say. New England winning that division. All right, then you got the Panthers at the Jets. The Jersey Jets have yet to win a game. And if they win a game, this is probably one that they should win. So, I don't know. The Panthers are coming off a win against Dallas. Yeah, I got to go Carolina. I think they're going to get a winning record, Carolina, because they're at 3-3 right now. Wow. The Jets are just looking bad. I don't know. You got the Dolphins at the Browns in Cleveland. Come on, Dolphins. Rooting for you guys. I don't know if they're going to win. Browns offense has just been looking all out of place. Defense is looking solid. Offensively, they haven't been able to do anything. Yeah, give me the Dolphins here. Okay, I think it's going to be a very ugly, very sloppy game, though. Then you got the Saints at the Bears. Bears 3-2, Saints 1-5. Bears coming off a win against the Commanders. Maybe they're a good team too. Like, this season has been strange. Yeah, give me Chicago there. Dang it, now this is making me go off course. Next one, I just want to do the games here. Okay, yeah, give me the Bears there to get the win at home. Raiders, Chiefs, I picked the Chiefs. And probably should be a bit of a blowout. Colts at the Chargers. This should be a really good game. 105 game. I think both these teams can be very good this season. I'm not really sure where the Colts sit, even though they have a 5-1 record. I slightly favor the Chargers in this game. Very slightly. I could definitely see the Colts winning this game, though. They have offensively, they've been looking really good. Jonathan Taylor has been doing his thing. When he's healthy, he's a force to be reckoned with. So, man, maybe the Colts are legit. Maybe I'm just hating a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But I favor the Chargers by a little bit. I think it's going to be a very close game. Maybe a game-winning field goal to win. Then you got the Giants and the Broncos. Okay, Giants have a losing record, but they've been looking really good. All right. They did lose to the Saints, which I don't even know how that happened. They just didn't look good at all that game. Broncos, on the other hand, they've been playing some good football as well. In Denver, gosh, can the Giants really turn the wave like that much? Nah, I gotta go Denver. That's gonna be a great game though. They're gonna definitely I think it's gonna be Broncos win by like a touchdown or something. Packers at Cardinals in the toaster. I think Packers win pretty easily. Arizona, I don't really know where else they're gonna go. They're not looking well. Commanders Cowboys. Okay, the Cowboys are going to be able to put up points on the Commanders defense. Okay, but I don't think the Dallas defense is going to be able to stop Jaden Daniels and the Commanders offense. That's what the problem is going to be. I think it's going to be a complete shootout because don't take the Cowboys offense lightly. The Cowboys offense, man, they're really good. I honestly amongst the best in the league. They just don't have that defense. I got the Commanders winning, I don't know, 40. Maybe the Commanders are able to get 40-plus points off of the Cowboys. Maybe like a 42-35 game or something. Falcons 49ers on Sunday night. Falcons had an upset against the Bills on Monday night. That came out of completely nowhere. I think the Niners are a little bit of a better team. I don't know. I give me the Niners. They are facing a lot of injuries. Brock Purdy's not going to be playing in this game. I think if Mac Jones plays, they should be all right. Their defense is bad. Really bad. You know, the Cowboys remind me of what the Steelers were when they had the Killer Bees. They had a really good offense. Defense just couldn't get many stops. That's what the Killer Bees were too. Dak's actually putting up some really good numbers. He is. Nobody's talking about it though. Why? Because the Cowboys have a losing record, so nobody's going to talk about that. You got the Buccaneers and the Lions. Okay, so we have two Thursday night games once again. And I don't like them at all. Okay. This is actually even more weird. So you got two Thursday nighters, Buccaneers and Lions at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then you got the Texans and Seahawks at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's strange, man. And the Texans, I think they're, 2 hours ahead in Houston? So that's a 9 p.m. start for their time, I believe, because I think they're 2 hours ahead in Houston, if I'm not mistaken. Buccaneers and Lions, that's going to be a really good game. That is definitely primetime worthy. I think that's a better game than the Texans and Seahawks. I don't know, man. Baker's just been on another level right now. It's going to be tough getting a win in Detroit, but I think they'll be able to do it. And I think they'll be able to shock and upset, if it's even an upset. I don't know. The Detroit Lions in Detroit. Texans and Seahawks in Seattle. Give me Houston. I still believe in the Texans. They're 2-3. I'm still a believer in Houston and what they're doing. Maybe I have this false hope, but I still think they could get something going. And I do think that they'll compete within the division. I know they need some things to go their way, quite a few things to go their way, but I don't know. I think things will kind of shape up for them. They're not too far. They're 2 games back, and there's plenty of time. plenty of time. And I don't even know if they've played the Colts yet. Have they played the Colts yet? I don't know. But yeah. Dak is playing MVP level, man. He really is. I don't know. They're saying that Patrick Mahomes is among one of the MVP favorites. Personally, right now, probably Baker Mayfield. They're like the really only team that's looked even somewhat dominant. Danny Dimes? Like, are those the front runners right now? Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, and Baker Mayfield? Those are probably the two front runners right now. Which is strange. It is completely strange. But hey, good for Daniel Jones for having success over there in Indianapolis. That's good for him. Because it seemed like his career was completely done. However, I mean, he was able to make it happen so far in Indy. And he had that infamous play where he was wide open. He was just straight running. There was nobody around him, and then he just stumbles all by himself. Speaking of stumbling, man, yeah, Chris Boswell tripped last week for a field goal try. And that's where this whole thing of people wanting Pitt to get their own stadium or something, which I do find weird. There's a few teams or a few colleges that share a stadium with NFL teams. I don't really like it too much. Nor do I have like a big problem with it, but when it's gonna cause issues for the grounds crew, then I have a bit of a problem with it. All right, we got the first half starting right now, kickoff, and it's going to be returned and stopped at around the 32-yard line. But yeah, if it's going to be causing issues like that, then they shouldn't be hosting so many games at that stadium. Because I know the Miami Hurricane and Dolphins play in the same stadium. I think UNLV and the Raiders play in the same stadium. I'm not sure any other teams I could think of at the top of my head. All right, first play of the second half. Flacco is going to be a screen pass to Jamar Chase, and he's going to be tripped up a gain a few yards, and he probably could have had more. Darius Slay was on Jamar Chase on that play. Okay. Now Slay is injured after that play. Damn. Slay's been getting injured a lot this season. I mean, obviously they've been minor injuries, but I mean, he dealt with injuries last week too, I believe. Tomlin with just like this depressing look on his face. I don't know what that was. He didn't look good. Oh man. I don't know what look that was. I don't know if it was a pissed off look or a depressing look, but he definitely wasn't happy. 2nd and 5 for the Bengals. He's going to throw it Jamar Chase at the line of scrimmage, and he's able to get about 4. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 1-ish. We're going to say 3rd and 2. Cincinnati 3 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. It's going to be a handoff play, and it's going to be an easy 1st down. Just up the middle. That wasn't like a big gain, but the yards they needed was very easy to get. And now the Bengals are over 100 yards rushing on the day, 104 to be exact. And we didn't sit the last 2 weeks for the Steelers, but now their rush defense in this game isn't looking well. Another handoff play to Brown. And it's another gain of about 8. Steelers' rush defense is struggling a lot right now, which is something that we've seen for the majority of the season, except for those 2 games against Minnesota and Cleveland. All right, Darius Slay is back in there. Brown 6 rushes, 81 yards. Flacco changes the play at the line. Now he's in shotgun, drops back, looks left, throws middle of the field. Jamar Chase able to get past Darius Slay. Not much after that, but nonetheless, it's going to be a Cincinnati first down. And now they're on the Steelers side of the field, moving the ball. And this offense is doing whatever they want right now. I think if you're going to go one-on-one, your best option is Joey Porter Jr. Again, Jamar Chase on a slant route, and it's going to be an easy first down, Cincinnati. At least 15 yards on that play. And these aren't no fancy plays. It's just a simple in. Yeah, they can't go one-on-one on Jamar Chase right now. That's not going to happen. They got to switch up. 11 receptions, 99 yards, and a touchdown. They get the playoff right at 0. And Brown didn't have as much success compared to the rest of his runs in this game. Still got a few yards. This Steelers defense is getting torched, man. Cincinnati 273 total yards to Pittsburgh's 183. Second and 7. Flacco going to have to scramble because of Steelers pressure. Now he's going to go end zone. And he just throws it away. All right, well, it's going to bring 3rd and 7. Hopefully they could stop him to at least 3. with the way the defense is looking, that's, I guess, a win. All right, now you got Ramsey back on Jamar Chase. I'm expecting some pressure. It's a 4-man rush. Gets it complete once again to Fant. They're going to mark him short. He's about a yard short, a little less than a yard short. Taylor's going to go for it here. I don't know. In this situation, I'm not necessarily against just kicking the field goal and making it a 2-possession game. Since you're doing so good offensively, I don't hate going for it either. Oh, they do go for a quarterback sneak, and he might have gotten it. Whistles were blowing, though. Our whistle's blue. I don't know exactly what's going on. Oh, a challenge flag was thrown. Okay. Replay. Okay, that was definitely okay. That was a lot closer than what they marked him for sure. Definitely close to getting the first down if he didn't. All right, you got Toronto up 5-1 against the Mariners. Damn. I don't know. I think Cincinnati might win this challenge, which doesn't really change anything because they got the first down. They would have gotten the first down anyways with that quarterback sneak. This isn't looking good. If he didn't get it, it's like fourth and a few inches. Offense is going to have to put up points. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game. I mean, clearly at some point they're going to need a stunt from the defense, but you're going to have to be playing catch up. Okay, so they're saying he was short of the line. All right, so that now Cincinnati loses a timeout. Oh, if this comes back to bite them, that would be funny. That would be funny. This is a very close fourth and inches. P. Ryan in the backfield. Let's see if they go quarterback sneak once again. No doubt in my mind they're going to go for it. Gets the extra push, and it's easy money. They got it. They got the extra push from the tight end. I mean, they didn't come back to bite them, but they wound up losing a timeout and the challenge for really nothing. Okay, I don't mind these new style of quarterback sneaks because it's a smart idea. But I don't like when it's used every single play. All right, another gift type P. Ryan, and he gets to the 5. Like the Philadelphia Eagles, they abuse that play. It's not a problem because it's legal, but it's like, come on, man. I mean, you got Saquon Barkley, a top running back. You could give it to Saquon. You could do other things. You could get creative with it. All right, Flacco's going to throw floater, end zone, incomplete, bat it down. Jalen Ramsey That's some good defense right there. All right. So there's going to need one more stop here, though, to hold them to 3. That was one-on-one. And 8:04 left in this third quarter. They've shaved some time off of this quarter. 3rd and goal. Flacco drops back. Now scrambles, looking, throws it to the ground, incomplete. Had nobody open, and the Bengals are going to settle for 3. All right, at least they stopped them to 3. That's good. That's some progress there, defense. Gosh, they got it. They got to do better, man. This is not looking good. 23-yarder chip shot for McPherson. Cam Hayward moves to the line. Snap is good, and the kick is right down the middle and good. So Cincinnati up 20-10 with 7:55 left in the third quarter. And I think the Steelers need a touchdown, man. I mean, this Bengal offense, the majority of the time since the second quarter, has been taking the Steelers defense to school. But hey, they're still in it, you know. It's a very close game. Touchdown, you're right back in it. Are they doing something to Flacco's hand? Or is that somebody else? I don't know. Oh, yeah, he is bleeding. Definition of a trap game. That's exactly what this game is. I knew it. That's why I was never so confident in this game. It's a definition of a trap game, especially since Joe Flacco's out there. That guy, he just hates the Steelers. That's just what it is. It's in his DNA. All right, take it from the 5. Kenneth Gainwell gets some blocks. Able to get down to the 40. That's a good return. All right, Steelers get the ball at the 40. Yeah, it's just second nature for Joe Flacco to hate the Steelers and to want to show up and show out against the Steelers. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I've seen it plenty of times. Washington in motion is going to be a toss to Jaylen Warren up the middle. He's got 4 on that play. This is the most fun I've seen the Bengals fans have in weeks, by the way. Which I'm not hating. I mean, that's just what it is, because I believe the Bengals started off 2-0. All right, Arthur Smith, come on. Let's see what you got on this 2nd and 5. They got Smith in there. Another toss to Warren, who's able to juke a defender and get the first down. All right. All right. Ron's thrown 2 interceptions too, though. So I don't know. All right, Jaylen Warren in the backfield. Play clock running down. They get it off. Aaron tosses it. Jalen Warren gets some blocks, breaks a tackle, stiff arm, still on his feet, and out of bounds at the 25. All right, first down. I'll say this too. At least we're getting an entertaining Thursday nighter, okay? Because a lot of the times these Thursday nighters aren't all that entertaining. All right, Cincinnati looks like they're going to bring pressure. They do bring some at the line. They're just feeding Jalen Warren whatever's working. That time, maybe 3 at the max. I mean, why stop it if it's working? So 12 rushes for 82 yards for Warren. And he might go over 100 yards in this game if they continue to use him like that. They take him out and put Gainwell in the backfield with Aaron Rodgers to the left. Aaron going to float one. Darnell Washington. And that was miscommunication. It kind of looked like he threw it away, though. I don't know. Hey, you can't miss him, man. All right, that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. And they were showing it from a distance, but I was able to see a Steeler fan with a big old bright chain that lit up. They get the snap off at 1. Rodgers going to throw it real quick to Roman Wilson, who's able to hurdle and get the first down. Roman Wilson moves the chains. Okay, they're finally utilizing him. That's good. Oh, Rodgers going to throw it right away. Incomplete. He was looking for Smith. There's a flag on a play. I'm assuming, that happened all really quick. I'm assuming that was offsides or something. That was a free play. I'm assuming. They got the play off like really quick. That had to have been a free play, right? I mean, the cameras didn't even cut in time. It was a free play, but the Steelers also got a penalty, so now that meant nothing. Damn, that could have been a free play, man. All right, well, it's like nothing happened, I guess. The cameraman didn't even know that the play went off. Rodgers was practically making the throw by the time Aaron got the ball out. Smith in motion, fakes the end around, now throws it Darnell Washington, and that's just not a good play. That is not a good play. They lost multiple yards there. You try to fool the defense. They just didn't nudge. They didn't bite on any of that. I couldn't pick up a block. Rodgers throws it incomplete. Knocked out of Smith's hands. Damn, this Bengals defense is looking good right now. That's going to be 3rd and 18 for Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers not having fun right now. Bengals player is hurt right now. That's going to be a big loss for them, man. And he was the one that was making plays for Cincinnati on defense. I still got 5-1 with the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Well, at the very least, the Steelers have a chance to make it a one-score game, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal. Personally, I think they need a touchdown because the way the way the defense has been playing, not good. I think the Bengals have scored on 4 consecutive drives. All right, crowd getting loud on this 3rd and forever. Roger Jones and Aaron Rodgers trying to get on the same page. Looks like they finally got it. Cincinnati brings forward deep ball. Pat Freiermuth touchdown. Hell yeah. Move. All right, we're back in it. Back in it. Laser throw to Pat Freiermuth. Good throw. Really good throw. All right, extra point from Boswell is good. Steelers now down 20-17 with 3:55 left in this 3rd quarter. Off the Pat Freiermuth touchdown. All right. Hey, man, this is a good game. We got a good game going on here. All right, usually Thursday nighters, not the best of games. I remember last year we went live for some terrible Thursday nighters. Oh, one of them was the Seahawks and Bears. That was a terrible game. Niners and Rams. That was a bad game too. Okay, at least that one had like rain and stuff. The weather there was just sucked. But the Seahawks and Bears game was just terrible. You can't even make that excuse for that one. Oh, that's why Seattle's getting shut down. They got Scherzer on. Toronto has Scherzer on the mound. How about those powder blue jerseys that the Blue Jays are wearing? Those are actually kind of nice. They got a nice set to go with it too. I actually kind of like those uniforms. Well, so far, it looks like that series is going to be tied going into Game 5 tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure they have the early game on tomorrow's slate. Man, all right. Defense, if you can't get a stop, just hold it to a field goal. All right. I'm not asking for too much, I don't think. Field goal, and we're good. We're good. Because at least the offense looked good in that last drive. Minnesota against the Chargers next week. I don't. Hey, sometimes I still want to call the Chargers San Diego. Like sometimes I have to like fight not saying the word San Diego before I say the Chargers. For some reason, that doesn't happen for the Rams. It only happens for the Chargers. I don't know why. Arbazo with the kickoff, and it's returned at the 8. P. Ryan gets down at around the 33. Oh, they're showing the starting quarterback situation of the AFC North. Right now, you got Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley, Dylan Gabriel for the Browns, Joe Flacco for the Bengals, and Aaron Rodgers for the Steelers. That is just, oh man, this season is just strange. I know I feel like I've been saying that a lot. That's just what it is right now. All right, first down for the Bengals. Flacco screen pass to Brown, and he loses about 3 yards on that play. Good defense, good coverage. You had Patrick Queen and Cameron Hayward around the area for the tackle. And Mike Tomlin back to wearing hats, by the way. I don't know if the sun's in his face this week. I mean, it's a prime time game, so I don't really know. All right, second down, Cincinnati. Steelers bring 4. Gets it complete to Higgins for a gain of about 6. So that's going to cut the yardage in half, and that would be about 3rd and 6 for Cincinnati. Okay, we have a chance of them going 3 and out. All right, they actually called it a gain of 8. Let's go. Come on, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Come on, defense. We got to stop them here on 3rd down. Flacco, pressure comes. Throws it down the field to Finn. Oh, it's caught. Come on, man. Big game for Cincinnati. Billy Sanders is going to be traded next year. We'll see. At some point, I do think he's going to get shot somewhere. Where is that going to be? I don't know. If it's not in Cleveland, it's definitely going to be somewhere else. Flacco drops back. Watt comes, brings pressure. He's able to get it off to Higgins, and he's able to get the catch. Flacco just got that off just in time. 222 yards for Joe. As TJ goes to the sideline. Because I don't think the Browns are going to give up on Dylan Gabriel this season. That's just not what's going to happen. There's no way. They drafted him before they drafted Shador. So, 2nd and 4, he drops back. Those snap pass to Chase, and that's an easy first down. Gosh, they're killing him on those inside passes with Chase. Man, they just have no answer for it. Flacco's going to throw it short. He's looking for Brown. Just underthrew it. Yeah, I mean, Rodgers did have that one interception where he did overthrow Metcalf. The second one, though, it wasn't on Rodgers. It was a one-on-one, a contested catch. It happens, you know. You can't necessarily blame it on Rodgers or anything like that. It was a contested ball. You know, you're trusting your guy, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, second and goal, 23 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Flacco hands it off to Brown. And he's down at the 5. So it's going to bring up another third down for Cincinnati. But I think that was the final play of the third quarter. They're just going to let it go down. All right, yeah, that's the end of the third quarter, 20-17 in the Icy Hot Bowl. And it is not disappointed. I'm being serious. It is not disappointed at all. All right, you know, guys, I'm going to take a quick break since it's on commercial. Watch the game. He should be watching the game. Yeah, I think he's watching the game. Whew. All right, final quarter, man. They got some nice looking areas in Cincinnati. All right, third and goal. We need this stop. At least hold him to 3. Come on. Looks like they have him Chase one-on-one on the outside. He's going to throw easy touchdown, middle of the field. I mean, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Really? That easy? I need a bigger water jug. Whew. And this, I'm actually almost done with this, though. Comes off a little small, huh? It's a gallon jug. All right, extra point for McPherson is up, and it is good. Cincinnati 10-point game. Damn it, man. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this the way it's looking. I don't. Defense just has zero answers for Cincinnati. They're playing so far back. Chatting who day over there in Cincinnati. God, man, that was just such an easy play for Cincinnati. The Steelers just can't cover middle of the field. I don't know what it is. A lot of their schemes just aren't good. All right, there's a lot of smoke over that whole celebration. Now, this isn't that good of a return. He's down at the 25. And that place got super foggy with whatever they used, whatever pyro they used. I don't know what it was. Gosh, of course, this is his season high this year against the Steelers. It just had to be against the Steelers, right? That's what typically happens. That's what typically happens. All right, pitch to Warren. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to break another tackle, has a big run, and he is down at around the 30, 35-yard line, and that was a big run. Jaylen Warren over 100 yards rushing in this game. But the problem isn't the offense. That's not the problem. Great blocks up front. Okay, he was down at the 36-yard line. Jaylen Warren, 13 rushes, 119 yards. Rodgers now in shotgun. Already on the Bengals side, it's going to be a screen to Pat Freiermuth, who's going to push and get the first down and still fighting and finally dragged out of bounds. Another good play for the Steelers. They're trying to get this quick drive, which I don't know if that's necessarily going to work because the defense has been out there for so long, but they do need a quick score. Execution has been perfect on these two plays. They are already showing urgency here. Another quick pass to Freiermuth, and he's tackled at the line this time. Not an exciting play there that time. Rodgers has been yelling a lot in this game. Damn, DK, only 2 receptions. Oddly enough, Pickens actually has better numbers than Metcalf this season so far. 2nd and 9, Connor Hayward in motion. Screen pass to Metcalf, spins and gets tackled. Relying heavily on screen passes right now. Not exactly sure why. These are passes right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, it worked one time. Now they're just, I don't know if they're banking on it to work again. I'm glad that they're getting Freiermuth in the mix, though, because they haven't been doing that pretty much all season. 3rd and 4. Rodgers going to throw it Darnell Washington. And that's going to be a first down, Pittsburgh. He's out of bounds at the 3. All right. Oh, they say he was down at the 4? Damn, that was not a good spot. Handoff play, Jaylen Warren. He's pushing through, and they're going to blow the whistles probably at around the 2 with the forward progress and everything. Damn, imagine Warren and Scatterboo in the same running back room. That'd be crazy. Maybe they would just run the ball every play. With Scatterboo and Warren. That's probably all they do, just run the ball. Play action. Good block. Jaylen Warren caught Darnell Washington wide open. You can't miss him for the touchdown. All right. 7 plays, 73 yards, less than 4 minutes. The exact kind of drive they needed right there. Good. All right. Great block by Warren. Great block. That was enough to give Rodgers the amount of time that he needed to get the ball off. Extra point up and good by Boswell. And we got a 3-point game once again. 11:03 left in the fourth quarter. Steelers need a stop. All right, 6-2 Toronto over Seattle in the top of the 7th. They need something. It doesn't look like they're going to get a turnover unless Cincy fumbles or something. Dude, Jamar Chase has just been killing the defense, man. Straight tearing up the Steelers defense. It is like it's bad. It's really bad. All right, let's see. Guess I'll check up on that game. All right, it looks like Toronto. They're 6 outs away. I'm sorry, 9 outs away with a 4-run lead. Max Scherzer with a really good game. Well, look, I'm kind of glad the Steelers are getting this Thursday night football game over with. I'm not the biggest fan of Thursday night football games as far as the Steelers play them. Am I saying I dislike Thursday nighters? No, I actually kind of like them. But I don't know. I kind of feel like it messes with the team a little bit. Both teams that play Thursday nights. Oh, it's going to bounce in the landing zone, roll into the end zone. That's a live ball, and he's going to take a knee. Good kick from Boswell. He kicked like that was a squibber. All right. The defense really, really needed that. All right. Hopefully that helps. All right. So with that kickoff roll, Cincinnati has it at the 20. They got Brown in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Brown. And he's going to bounce off of a tackle and get the first down. Gosh, man. You can't wrap up or anything. They can't wrap up. Just showing all those quick passes to Chase. 3 touchdown passes for Flacco with no interceptions. I think he's due for one. Play action, rolls out, throws it, completes a and he's going to turn it up past the 50. Down at the 45, tackled by Joey Porter Jr. Gosh, dude, this defense is terrible. They're looking so bad right now. This was the type of defense we were seeing the first 3 weeks of the season. Flacco, play action, has time. Pressured. Ball comes out. And the Steelers recover it. Cole Holcomb, but they're going to say incomplete. I want to see a replay on that at the very least. That ball came out a little bit weird. It did look like his arm was going forward, but I think that's worth at least showing a replay, which we're not going to get for some reason. Okay, I guess we're just not going to get the replay. They get it off. Screen pass to Jamar Chase at the line of scrimmage, and he's able to pick up a few yards. I'm telling you, I would have loved to have just at least seen the replay. So I could hit up Tomlin and say throw the challenge flag or not, you know? Yeah, they didn't even show the replay. That's crazy. It was a close play. He got hit as he threw the ball. And it looked a little weird coming out of his hand. 3rd and 5. Pass is caught. First down. Jamar Chase gets past another tackle and another first down. Gosh, man. You know, maybe they're going to go middle of the field to Jamar Chase. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Have we not figured that out yet? Like seriously. They're doing the same thing. They're doing the same exact thing, and you can't stop it. Are you kidding me? That is insane. This is ridiculous. They're not even switching up anything. He's going to run to the inside, whether he's on the left side or the right side. They're going to have him do the same thing. Run play from Brown, and that's another solid game. How are they not prepared for that? You can't make a simple adjustment? It's not even creative. On Cincinnati, they just know exactly what to do. And the Steelers just can't figure it out for some reason. Oh, Cincy in the red zone once again. 7.5 minutes left to go. 2nd and 3 for the Bengals. Handoff play to Brown. There's a flag in the backfield. He did gain about 1.5 yards. Let's see what the penalty is on. Holding on offense. Okay, we actually kind of need that. We needed that. You don't know how much we needed that right now. This is so bad. All right. That was holding. That was holding. Watch. If the Bengals get it to 3rd and medium, they're going to throw a slant to Jamar Chase. They're going to do it. Flacco all alone. Pressure. Throws it. Chase incomplete. Good coverage by Patrick Queen that time. Finally, they're able to stop someone in the middle of the field. All right. There's some progress there. Oh, come on. We need to hold them here. You got to hold them here. Oh, no. He just dropped it. Look at Flacco's face. All right, 3rd and 13. Come on, we need to stop, man. We need to stop. Flacco drops back. He's going to throw a floater. Higgins, incomplete. No flags. Joey Porter Jr. on the coverage. Oh, they're going to hold it to a field goal. Dude. There might have been a little bit of contact. But hey. Nobody saw it. I didn't see it. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. There was no contact. 45-yarder for McPherson. That kick is up, and it is good. And McPherson has been automatic in this game, and that's going to push the Bengals lead to 30-24. 6:58 left in the fourth quarter. Just the two old timers just going at it, going bar for bar. This is great. Gosh, if Jamar Chase gets another catch just on a simple slant, oh my goodness. I don't know. Hey, I need one of those bags of popcorn. Popcorn to me is like one of the best snacks out there. I'm talking about some good popcorn that you get from like a movie theater or something. That's probably like the best snack. Uh-oh. I thought I did something wrong here. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay. They were able to hold it to 3. Now it's still a possession game. They got a shot. Okay, they were able to get that one somewhat of a stop. Cincinnati has scored on consecutive drives. I don't even know how many it's been anymore. Okay, so you got the 3 touchdowns. I'm sorry, you got the 3 field goals. That's 9. On 6 consecutive drives, they've scored. Sorry if that took that long for me to figure that out. I'm not that much of a mathematician, all right? Okay. 6:58 left in the fourth. Aaron should be getting the ball back, but although we have seen times where the Steelers give up touchdowns on field goals, so let's see what happens here. Cincinnati having some flames going on somewhere over there. And it's returned, and it's a good return. He has blocks, and he's going to get to the 39. Steelers with some good field position. Good return by Williams. Okay. I'm surprised on how actually good this game is. I thought it was going to be close. I didn't think it was going to be actually good. I thought it was going to be a very ugly game. This is actually a good game. That guy's waving that Bengals towel like crazy. All right, Rodgers toss play. Jalen Warren gets a few. All right, Andrew, with the way things are looking, they should probably just this should be the final drive of the game completely. This defense can't stop a nosebleed right now. And it's sad. It sucks to see. They were able to hold them to 3 for once, but I don't trust the defense to make a play. Not in this game. I want to. Rodgers. Another give to Warren. And he's going to get down at around the 45. So it's going to bring about 3rd and short-ish. You know what? Now that I saw that Bengal fan wave that towel, I got to bring out mine. Let's go. Come on. Come on. We got the terrible towel here now. All right, 3rd and 4. Play clock running down. They get it at 1. Rodgers going to throw middle of the field. Pat Fryermuth incomplete out of his hands. Damn it. Oh, they're going to punt the ball. Now we're really going to have to rely on the defense. That hasn't made a good play. I don't know, man. I don't think. Maybe that was the only place he had to go. It was through a tight window, though. Waitman on the punt. This looks like a good one, and it is. Gets the fair catch, and it's going to be downed by Pierre at the 10. Now the Steelers need a stop. A complete stop. Whew. I don't know. If I'm Cincy, I'm just doing those slant routes to chase every single play. Simply because they can't stop it. In a situation like that, you got to force them to finally stop you, you know? In those type of situations. Hey, game of the week. This is going to be very close to it. So the other games on Sunday and the 2 on Monday, for some reason, they're going to have to they have some competition already. Some tough competition to have game of the week. So far, this is a really good one. Steelers defense is going to need some magic here. Just something. They might need a turnover to happen. Maybe a blocked field goal, something. I'm literally pretty much done with this thing. Yeah, TJ Watt hasn't gotten a sack yet. He's gotten close to getting a sack, but he hasn't gotten one. All right. They need something like that. Let's see. They're definitely going to run the ball on this first play. Or not. Flacco drops back. He's going to throw it Towards the sideline, incomplete. Jamar Chase tried to get it in with one hand, and he dropped it. Okay, I don't see. I wouldn't have gone past there. They had Eccles on him. Eccles has given like the best coverage on Chase. That was one-on-one. All right, 2nd and 10. Okay, now this has to be a run, right? They're not going to pass it all 3 plays. They're not, right? Oh, it's going to be a run for Flacco, and he's going to get the first down. Joe Flacco showing off the mobility. All right, you know what? There's nothing I could say about that. I would have never have thought that would have been a run play from Flacco. That was a straight chest move right there. Play action once again. Hayward gets in there, just couldn't get it incomplete. Couldn't get the sack. They are throwing the ball a lot more than they should be right now. Huh. All right, 2nd and 10. Steelers bring forth Cameron Hayward. TJ Watt gets the sack. All right. Cam Hayward and Watt able to get in there. Okay, now it's going to bring 3rd and long. I'm almost tearing off my entire headset here. All right, come on. Let's go. Let's go. I think you guys can see it. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let me give myself some more room, actually. All right. Let's go. Come on, man. We need to stop. 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18. 3:45 left with the clock ticking. Steelers bring pressure. It's a run play. And he's going to get stopped. And the Steelers finally get a stop. Finally. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right. You got to make sure that it is the final. You got to get it as close to the final play as you possibly can for the Steelers. Unless we're going to get a block here. What's good, Hectic? How's it going, man? All right, they bring pressure at the line. Not going to be able to get to the punter, though. And it's going to be a good punt. It's going to be turned past the 40, and he's going to go out of bounds at around the 43. Decent return for Williams. And here comes Aaron. 36 career game-winning drives, which would be 3rd most among active players, only behind Matthew Stafford with 50 and Russell Wilson with 40. I would have thought he would have more game-winning drives. Okay, 2:46 left. You got all 3 timeouts, down by 6. All right. Rodgers looking through his progressions. Now he's going to scramble. Looks for something, gets it. No, incomplete. Darnell Washington, he was looking for him. Hey, it's a really good game. I'm actually surprised. I'm really surprised with how this game's been. Damn, he had him open too. Oh, it was deflected. It was deflected by Wilson. All right, that was a good play defensively. All right, 2nd and 10. Hey, Aaron's going to throw middle of the field to Roman Wilson for the catch. That's going to be a first down, Pittsburgh. Flag. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Broderick. Come on. You can't be holding on those plays. Man, that penalty. They like threw the flag right on him, too. Now it's going to be 2nd and 20 after the holding penalty. That pushes the Steelers back compared to where they could have been. 2nd and 20 from the 32. Rodgers drops back, pressured once again. He's going to throw it down the field. Caught Pat Freiermuth, and he's down the 20, the 10, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Woo! Freiermuth with the touchdown, and the Steelers are an extra point away from getting the lead. Freiermuth with his best game of the season by far tonight. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. There's still a lot of time, though. That's very concerning. But I'm just happy with the lead. Extra point Boswell for the lead is up and good, and the Steelers have their first lead since the 2nd quarter. $68 yards. And that play was like reminiscent of the Hail Marys that Rodgers has thrown in the past. Pressure comes, he avoids it, just throws a deep ball. Let's go, man. You got Jones just holding on to Rodgers like that. After you got a holding call. That's funny. That's kind of funny. Freiermuth needed this game, man. He needed a game like this. And hopefully the Steelers could close it out. Yeah, he needed something like this. Go for Pat. All right, Boswell with the kickoff. Let's see if he gets another squibber here. No, it's going to be returned at the 2. And he's going to stumble on his own and get spinned and tackled at the 30. 2:15 left. Cincinnati with 2 timeouts. Steelers with 3. Come on, he has an opportunity to throw a pick. That's what Joe Flacco has an opportunity of doing. Throwing a pick. While we're at it, might as well just make it a pick 6, right? Whistles blow. What's going on here? I'm trying to figure something out. Okay, I don't know. The refs just had something off, but okay. We got a first down. Steelers bring 4. Flacco's going to throw it wide open. Jamar Chase for the first down, and he's going to get brought down inbounds, and that's going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And that's already not a good sign. Already not a good sign. They're already close to field goal range after that. Just one more stop. Just that's all you need. One more stop. You already gave up 30 points, man. And McPherson has been great today with his field goals. He's been perfect. Am I trying to jinx him? Yeah. That's why I'm continuing to point out how good he's been. He's been perfect. He hasn't missed a single kick today. All right. Try to jinx a little bit. I'm not going to lie. All right. At least I'm letting you guys know my intentions with it. Hey, and we have seen some crazy stuff happen between the Steelers and the Bengals in Cincinnati. Okay, a few years ago, you had that opener where the Bengals scored on the very last play of the game to tie it, and the Steelers blocked the extra point. When it's overtime, since he missed a couple of field goals, so did the Steelers, and the Steelers wound up winning that game. That was a crazy game. Probably one of the most stressful games as a Steeler fan that I've had. Again, was all over the place. This game and the Jets game so far for the Steelers have been two of the best games just as a whole. As far as competitiveness. That is cool how they do like the whole stadium with that theme and the end zones and the middle field. That's a good look. All right. Bengals at their own 45. Flacco drops back. He's looking pressure, throws complete to Jamar Chase. Easy first down. Stutter steps, and he's finally spent out of bounds by Deshaun Elliott. And now the Bengals are near or around field goal range if they're not in field goal range already. Oh, God. They didn't know what they were doing. There was nobody around Chase for freaking 10 yards. This is bad because Aaron Rodgers has been having a good game too. All right, it's going to be a handoff play for the Bengals, and it's going to be a short gain. And we're around the situation where the Steelers are going to be using their timeouts to preserve time and try to hold them so that they don't get a first down and get a last-second field goal in. Okay. I mean, both teams have had their moments in this game. It's crazy. It's been a good variety of both teams having their moments and both teams dominating in certain parts of the game. Our 2nd and 8. Flacco and shotgun. He's going to drop back and pass. Pressure comes. One-on-one. Caught. Higgins. First down. And that's probably going to be the game. He just slid. He didn't even try to get the touchdown. He just slid. Which is a great thing to do. Oh, come on, Ramsey. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. He didn't get carried away and try to go into the end zone, so that's a veteran move. Well, and Flacco's literally just going to run and take a knee to the middle of the field. And they're not going to even try anything. They're just. I still take their last time out. So they'll probably do somewhat of the same thing because they don't even want to risk a shot at a fumble or anything crazy. Flacco's going to take his time and then take the knee. All right, he's lost like 5 yards on that play, but it's not going to really matter. So all they're going to do is take one last knee and then set up for a game-winning chip shot field goal. All right, so 3rd and goal. I'm not sure what's going on over here. Cincinnati burns a timeout. Damn. All right, so with this, the Steelers are going to be looking at a 4-2 record with Cincinnati a game behind them. One knee, and now that's going to lead to a field goal. They're just going to let the clock burn. There's 35 seconds left. Barring anything crazy, Cincinnati should walk out with the win here. So the best they could do is 11 seconds left. So they couldn't necessarily do it right at the final seconds, but it's going to be extremely close. I mean, you got to think field goal like 4 seconds. Then you got the kickoff, probably another few seconds. So this is probably the game no matter what. McPherson, perfect in this game. 3 for 3. This one from 36. It's got the perfect angle at it. Snap is good. Kick is perfect. Kick is good. All right, so we got 7 seconds left. Cincinnati takes the lead 33-31. Let's see what the plans are on the on the kickoff. I'm trying to be positive. There's still seconds left, okay? Aaron Rodgers has had a Hail Mary throw thrown on Thursday night. Okay, I'm trying to be positive here. I'm trying to look for the positive. Rodgers still has that arm. I wouldn't say this is playing down a competition, though. I just think the Bengals had a good game. And the one thing that I should say about the defense is that their schemes need to get better, a lot better, because the fact that the Bengals were just able to hit the middle of the field with Jamar Chase so many times without the defense even knowing what to do, that's terrible. All right, so it's a touchback in the end zone. Okay. Cincinnati celebrating on the sideline. From the 35. This is the ball game, and I know we have a chance because Aaron Rodgers has that arm. Okay, come on, man. Can we see something crazy here? From the 35, Rodgers isn't going to throw a Hail Mary. He's going to throw it. The Pat Fryer move to give him some extra yards. Throws it to the 40 with 3 seconds left. So now he's going to have a little bit of extra yardage to deal with. Or sorry, a little less yards, I should say. That actually wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad call. There's no way, right? There's no way this happens again. There's just no way. Aaron Rodgers, the best Hail Mary thrower, arguably in NFL history. From the 40, from their own 40, 2nd and 5, 3 seconds left. This is the game. Rodgers going to roll. Has time. He's going to nuke it. Down the field to the end zone. Incomplete, batted down. That's ball game. Cincinnati wins. Well, that was a great game, at least. The two vets did their thing. Flacco had by far his best game, and of course, it's against the Steelers. Because why wouldn't it be? Okay, that's just what Flacco does. He just loves to beat the Steelers. That's what he does. Aaron Rodgers had a solid game too. He had good numbers. He had 2 interceptions, although one of them was a 50-50 ball, so I don't know if you really want to critique him that much on that interception. Defensively, dude, this team needs to get so much better defensively. It's not even funny how much this defense needs to grow. I don't know if it's the schemes. I don't know if it's the actual what it is. I think it's more of the schemes, but this defense needs to get better because if not, then what, we're going to get games like this? Like, that's not good. Offense did enough to win this game. So, defensively, you guys got to do better. Man, that's just bad. Just a terrible performance on defense. They were able to get a few stops, but I don't know. Cincinnati was able to figure out the Steelers' defense in the second quarter, and the Steelers' defense had zero to show after that. But yeah, great game, great Thursday night game. Unfortunately, Steelers weren't able to get this one, dropped to 4-2. Now only have a game lead over Cincinnati. I knew this was going to be a tough game. Okay, and another Steeler game where they lose on Thursday night on the road. They just simply can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's just something that they can't do, and they haven't been able to do for years. So that's it for this live, man. I'll put out a video either I don't know, either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see about this game. Great game though. Very much enjoyable. I'm glad we got a good quality Thursday night game because we typically don't get those. But as for this one, guys, that's about it. Good night to all, and have a good night.